Hey everybody, Justin Byers from JB Byers Woodworking back in the shop, and today we're gonna work on organizing a little more. The shop, the tool cabinet, I have some of these drawers already really organized, but I have a few that aren't exactly tidy, so I'm gonna be working on those. This is my drilling stuff, bits and Fastener bits and paddle or spade bits and stuff like that, and hole saw bits and clamp jigs, tapping dies. I'm going to work on those too later on, but today we're going to work on this messy router bit drawer. I've got well over 100 bits, and I'm tired of them being thrown around in the drawer, digging through, trying to hunt them. So that was the whole idea of this tool cabinet. So today we're going to do an insert. I've got my bits here selected. I'm used to drill all of my holes, and we're going to get this thing wrapped up and cleaned up and organized. I'm going to use these Woodcraft router bits. I'm going to leave those in their little holders. But the rest of these I'm going to take out of the boxes and cut a sheet down right here and start drilling some holes. It's, I think, 19.5 by 31.25 pieces I'm cutting here. And I set it in, I believe, 18.25, just so the bits wasn't all the way to the back. And here is something that some may find amusing. A lot of times I'll lay stuff out in actual size. I will draw stuff on my tabletop. It's just a palette. I can replace it later on down the road, but I'll draw stuff out. And I thought I'd throw a little sanding video in here for everybody, because I know how much they like sanding. And here I am laying out all my holes, where I'm going to be putting them. And actually later on off camera, after I did 110 holes, I went back, 115, I went back and added 34 more holes. I ended up deciding to do some more bits. Here's my 1/2 inch and my 17/64. I can't get it to focus in, but it's just a tad over 1/4 inch bit that I selected. And if you're like me, you like to make sure that it's going to work. I just drilled a couple of dang holes in my tabletop, and my router bits fit in there pretty good. The 1/2 inch was snug, but it was a good fit. I was happy with it, so I went with the 1/2 inch spade bit. And so I'm going to start drilling a whole lot of holes. Yes, I got them laid out. Here we go. Let's start drilling. And I don't know if anybody, I started to do this on drill press. Probably should have. I don't know when the last time somebody drilled over 100 holes, but it took a little bit. And here I am sanding some more for all those that enjoy sanding videos. And now it's time to get everything out of the drawer and put the insert in, and we'll start lining these bits in here and see if I'm happy with the configuration of how all the bits are going to go set in, and try to get everything separated, cleaned up. Right here is where I decided, when I got all these filled in, that's why I decided, I found these other ones. I left those. I'm going to leave them. I'm just going to make a little boxed in place for them to sit in, so they ain't sliding around in the drawer. But I got all these inserts and bearings and collars, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch collars, and some Allen wrenches and stuff. So still have a few more holes. My wrench, I got a few more holes that I'm gonna drill. Those are the router bits I'm talking about. I ended up doing 32 more holes for all of those as well. So I'm gonna bring this back, take all the bits out, bring it back to the bench. And this actually, just one, a little centering plunge here, the top of it just just barely scrapes the top of, or the bottom of the other drawer. So I may sand some of that off or just leave it as is. It'll wear itself out later on down the road. So I pulled the insert back out. Now here I am laying all the collar inserts and spacers and stuff, and my wrench, those other Woodcraft bits. I decided to leave in holders and just make a little square cubby, I guess you could say, for the for those to sit in. Here I am routing out all my little grooves for my wrench and for my router inserts, you know, for doing flush trim stuff. And if you look really closely, you see some smoke there, because I was taking a little bit of time, and I decided just to go ahead and sink that router bit and just do the whole dang thing. But here it is, all set up, organized. Still have enough room for a few more 1/2-inch bits. Still have plenty more room for more 1/4-inch shank bits. But I've got everything separated. My 1/2-inch collared router bits, and then my 1/4-inch, you know, I have my roundovers and scallop and fancy router bits and chamfer bits and rabbiting and dado bits and flush trim bits, some more smaller ones, dovetail bits, keyhole saw bits, all my engraving bits, you know, the fine points and down cut and all that, and my inserts and collars and wrenches. And so it's a whole heck of a lot nicer. I'm happy with it. Like I said, I had a piece of scrap 3/4-inch construction grade plywood. Nothing fancy. It's actually what was left over from when I did my clamp storage cabinet. So, but I got that. So next, later on, I'll start working on my drill bits and stuff, and how I'll try to come up with some ideas of how I want to try to get these organized and separated and stuff. But for the most part, I got the router bit drawer done, so I'm happy with that. And like I said, I'm going to bounce some more ideas of how I want to try to organize these two drawers and separate them from my tap and die machining stuff, machining bits, and my woodworking bits. So, but here it is, the router bit drawer one more time. Show everybody that. And I hope you enjoyed this video and got some use out of it. Maybe got an idea to get some of your router bits organized to where you can just see them by profile, pick them up, grab them as you need them. This was a fun little, quick little project. Didn't take me but just, you know, a couple of hours to do. And now, you know, the router bits are a lot more organized and clean. So I appreciate everybody. Hit that subscribe button and keep making.